Good morning, everyone. It's Rachel from my Denture Adventures. So today is day 10 for me. First day I put on some makeup and feeling a little bit more myself. You can see I'm still a little swollen though. But today I wanted to talk about questions to ask your dentist or your oral surgeon before you get your dentures done. I know for me, there was some questions that I was on top of and I asked, and I had answers to, and then there were other questions that I did not ask prior to extraction day, and because of that and the timing of when I got mine done around Thanksgiving, I had a lot of unanswered questions. So I'm going to go through with you some of the questions I did ask and some of the ones I wish I had asked. Now obviously, if you are on this journey where you haven't had this done yet, maybe you just got the news that you need to get dentures, or maybe you've had your impressions and your e-days scheduled. Here's some things that I would ask. So the thing that I was good about asking was the financial end of it. I was very clear with, okay, what does my insurance cover? What will I need to pay out of pocket? Because the way it worked with my insurance is I paid for my temporaries, but my permanents would be covered by my insurance. And they do it that way because the permanents cost more money. So they try to, work it out and kind of make it a little bit economical, at least my dentist did. And then the other question I ask is, are all appointments and realigns covered in that cost, either by my insurance, it's picked up by them, or covered in the cost of what I paid for the denture itself? And they said yes. So I felt like from an economical standpoint, I asked the right questions. I knew okay, I'm not going to be shelling out a bunch of money each reline. Here's all the ones that I didn't ask, because I'd watched a lot of YouTube videos, and most of the videos that I watched, someone would have their teeth extracted, have immediate dentures put in, they would go back the next day, the doctor would take out their dentures for them for the first time, clean everything up, make sure everything looked good, put the dentures back in. They would go back again in a few days. They would shave down any spots that were too high, that were creating sores or gagging reflexes, things like that. And then depending on their progress, they would get their soft reline anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks after they got their extractions and their immediate dentures placed. Okay, so that's what most YouTubers, the videos I watched consistently, that was pretty much the consensus. So I just assumed that was going to be my fate. It was not. So the way my dentist does it is they do the extractions and they put in the immediates, and then they have you wait 2 weeks. So my lowers don't fit. Now I am going to try a product today, and if it works, I'll do a video and I'll let you know, to maybe have a shot at trying to get these bottoms in. But I didn't have an appointment to ask hey, can I use this product, or can I use that product, or hey, I had a couple spots on my gums that seem like they're a little more puffed up and swollen than other spots. I have what I think is a bone spur starting to try to pop out. But again, for basically 2 weeks, I've had to put up with this on my own. So I wish I would have said to them, what does my appointment schedule look like? Obviously I have extraction day, but what do the appointments following that look like? Because I didn't know to ask that question. And then when I called them after they were back open after Thanksgiving, and I said, hey, I'm having some trouble, it was well, this is our policy, this is how we do it, we wait 2 weeks, we want the swelling to come down and your gums to heal up a little bit. Well, that would have been great to know up front. Because here's the problem. When you go on extraction day, you have to remember, any question that you do not ask before they put you in that chair, when you come out, whether you have twilight or whether, they give you something to calm you down, you're still kind of out of it. And your mouth is packed full of gauze. So you cannot talk. So any questions that you had, or like, I should have got a receipt and I forgot and my mouth was full of gauze, so now I'm going to have to go back and grab a receipt in the next couple of days for the work. And so just remember those things. Like, list out your questions. Go with a notebook. Don't be ashamed to do that. Go with a notebook with all your questions. You're paying money for this. Your insurance company is paying money for it. You deserve to get what you paid for and what you expect. And so that would be my encouragement. Write down all your questions. Make sure that you ask those questions before extraction day. Like I always say, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I love reading your comments. They're so encouraging. They've given me the stamina to keep going on and recording and helping you guys just as I've gone through my adventure. Make sure to like and subscribe and share the videos. I really want these to be able to help people, and the more you view them and share them and like them and subscribe, the more the reach goes further, and more people are able to see them. But I just wanted to do a short video on what questions you should ask. And so obviously there's ones too, like for your post-recovery. I got a paper that had 6 bullet points on it. That was it. So I was left to YouTube to be like, okay, am I allowed to, how long do I need to sleep in my dentures? He just said keep them in for as much as you can for your gums to mold to them. Well, he didn't give me an amount of days, and my mouth was shoved full of gauze, so I couldn't ask. So again, you want to ask about payment. You want to ask about, what will my appointment schedule look like? How often am I going to come back? What happens if I get, a couple days in and I'm in a ton of pain, or something's not fitting right, or something's not going in? Those are all things you want to ask up front so that you go into this as informed as you possibly can. Because here's the thing. I can give you information based on what my dentist said, but your dentist may do it totally different. I went in expecting my experience to be like all the other YouTubers that I watched, and then it wasn't. And I was kind of frustrated, like, what in the world? Like, they got to go 4 times, 3 times, before at their 2-week mark, and I haven't even gotten back there once. And so, and it will be fine. Like, I survived, but it would have been nice knowing that going in. So that is what this video is about. There are questions I wish I would have asked prior, and they even asked me the morning of, do you have questions? And I didn't know what ones to ask. And then they were like, get in the chair, and I had twilight, and they were hooking in an IV, and I was gone, man. And it was done in 40 minutes, and I was stuffed full of gauze, and then I was left to figure it out. So I would make sure, confirm with your dentist all of those things. The finances, what your appointments will look like, what post-op looks like, what you need to do that first week. Shore up all that stuff before you get it done. Yes, these videos are helpful from us that have experienced it, but every dentist does it different. So I just encourage you to make sure with your dentist that you know exactly what you're getting into. So hope you have a great day. Just wanted to record this one. I thought it was a pretty important topical one that I wish I would have watched before I had it done, because I would have asked different questions and I think I would have just had more answers. So that's it for today. I hope you have a great Friday, and thank you for joining me along for my adventure.